Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is the 15th May 2025. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. And those who wants to learn our complete free training on supply demand zone price action, you can find all our training lessons video link in this video description. So please go to the video description and access our free training course. I have also provided our Telegram group link also in this video description. You can please join at our Telegram channel. Okay, now let me generate different supply demand zone reports. First, I'm going to generate finding the stocks near daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones. So starting with the daily time frame, generating stocks near daily demand zone. We got 6 stocks. Let us identify high liquidity zones. HR Motor is having a daily high liquidity demand zone. That's it. We have identified only one high priority high liquidity demand zone that you can use it for HLQ zone strategy that you learned in lesson 21.3.1 video. Lesson 21.3 video. Okay. Next, daily time frame. Let us find the stocks near to the daily supply zone. First 15 stocks. So total 20 stocks are filtered. Let us identify daily high liquidity supply zones from this list. NIFTY IT not listed in F&O. We are not going to use it. NIFTY Media also not listed in F&O. Angel 1 is having daily high liquidity supply zone. Hero Motors is having daily high liquidity supply zone. Loda is not valid because it is a pierced zone. Next one is Ultra Cement. This is also daily high liquidity supply zone. And VEDL is also a daily high liquidity supply zone. So total 4 daily high liquidity supply zones we identified from this list. Next time frame 75 minutes. Stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. We got 6 stocks. Let us identify high liquidity 75 minutes demand zones. So Union Bank is having a 75 minutes daily high liquidity demand zone. So this is the only one daily high liquidity demand zone. You can use it for HLQ zone strategy from 75 minutes demand zones. Okay, next for 75 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near to the 75 minute supply zone. We got 10 stocks. Let us identify 75 minutes high liquidity supply zones from this list. NIFTY Pharma is not listed in F&O, so I am ignoring it. Bajaj Finserv is having a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. India NB, okay, is a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. Indian Bank. Jubilant's Food is not a valid zone because it is a pierced zone. Next one LTF is a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone, and Motherson is also a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. So total 4 75 minutes high liquidity supply zones we identified from this list. So these are the high liquidity zones. Next we will generate a Nifty and Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. Starting with Nifty, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for Nifty. So this is the monthly supply demand zone chain for Nifty. For any supply demand zone chain report, always look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zones, pierced zones to find the pierced zones, pierced column, and the LTF trend is always should be used for finding the trend of the current time frame you have selected. Apply the same rules for all the supply demand zone chain reports, and also don't forget to pause the video when you are moving from one report to another report, because I am giving you only few seconds time. Okay, next, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next, generating daily supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next, generating 125-minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next, generating 75-minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next, generating 25-minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next, generating 15-minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next, generating 5-minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. So this is the Nifty supply demand zone chain report. Next we will generate Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. Nifty Bank is nothing but Bank Nifty. Generating monthly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, weekly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, daily supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 125-minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 75-minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 25-minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. So with this we have completed Bank Nifty, and also both Nifty and Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain report generation is completed. Next we will look into sideways bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly, weekly, daily and hourly income trades. So starting with sideways bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, entry time frame daily, entry zone demand zone, bullish or bearish or sideways trade setup. At daily I am selecting sideways long, zone achievement we violated opposing zone, minimum odd and enhanced score 11 for sideways trade setup, and both these filters are applied to daily demand zone. So we got 4 stocks. Sideways long trade setup for monthly income trade, entry time frame zones are daily demand zones. Next, sideways short trade setup for monthly income trade, Entry zone should be changed to sideways, and in the daily time frame I am selecting sideways short. The remaining filters are same, they are applied to daily supply zone. So one stock is filtered. Sideways short trade setup for monthly income trade, and entry time frame zone is a daily supply zone. Next, monthly income trade bullish trade setup. Entry zone I am changing to demand zone, and daily I am selecting bullish, and minimum order enhance score should be 12 for bullish or bearish. Now both these filters are applied to daily demand zone. We got 9 stocks. Bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, and entry time frame zones are daily demand zones. So in this line we can further filter based on the high probability trade setup. So the first filter, LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is a daily and a weekly demand zone confluence. By setting the filter, now the list is come down to 6 from 9. So in these 6 stocks, these daily demand zones are overlapped with weekly demand zones, and also weekly trend is uptrend. So let us further filter based on weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. Because daily demand zone is overlapped with weekly, the filtered stocks, these daily demand zones might be having even more high probability to get success. So I'm going back, and the EMA at weekly, I'm checking weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. 4 stocks are filtered. These 4 daily demand zones might be having more high priority for getting the success. Next, we will filter based on LTF, ITF and even HTF demand zone confluence. That is daily, weekly and monthly demand zone confluence. Removing this EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First filter is already enabled. Next, daily and monthly demand zone confluence, weekly and monthly demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 2 stocks. So in these 2 stocks, daily demand zones are overlapped with weekly demand zones. Both daily and weekly together overlapped with monthly demand zone. But monthly trend is sideways. Sideways EMA confluence does not give any advantage. So that's why we are not filtering any stocks for monthly EMA confluence. So this is about bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame daily, entry zone supply zone, bullish or bearish or sideways. At a daily, I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum order enhance score 12. Both these filters are applied to daily supply zone. We got 1 stock supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Now let's verify if this stock is having a high probability to get success based on this zone confluence. First I am checking daily and weekly supply zone confluence. Because it is a supply zone, we are checking supply zone confluence. So that stock is filtered. That means this daily supply zone is overlapped with weekly supply zone, and weekly trend is downtrend. Let us verify this weekly supply zone is having weekly EMA confluence. So it is filtered. So that way this stock is having more high probability to get success. So that's why it is already tested 3 times. Okay, next let us verify this stock is also having even HTF confluence. Removing EMA filter. In the supply zone confluence, 3 filters I should set. First filter is already enabled, daily and weekly. Next, daily and monthly supply zone confluence, weekly and monthly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, this is filtered. That means this daily supply zone is overlapped with weekly supply zone, both together again overlapped with monthly supply zone. But monthly trend is sideways, so sideways EMA does not give any advantage. But this ITF is having EMA confluence. So that is the reason why it is already gave good success rate. So this is bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next we will look into weekly income trade reports. This time I am not going to give much commentary, because those who wants to understand the commentary, please look into monthly income trade. Weekly income trade entry time frame 75 minutes, entry zone, demand zone, and at 75 minutes I am selecting sideways long. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum order enhanced score 11, but only additional filter I am adding, the pierced 75 and below time frame should not be having pierced zones for bullish and bearish. So that's why in the pierced count at 75 minutes I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Bullish or bearish or sideways, anything, pierced count should not be there. Okay, now let's filter. No stocks for sideways long trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, sideways short trade setup, entry zone, supply zone, and here at 75 minutes I am selecting sideways short. Remaining filters are same, but this time they are applied to 75 minutes supply zone. We got 8 stocks. Sideways short trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, entry time frame, demand zone. Here at 75 I am selecting bullish. The only change is the odd enhanced score should be 12. This time all the 3 filters are applied to 75 minutes demand zone. 12 stocks are filtered. Next, high probability trade setup based on zone confluence. First filter 75 and daily demand zone confluence. So 7 stocks are filtered. Next, ITF EMA confluence, that is daily EMA confluence. Daily demand zone with daily EMA. 5 stocks are filtered. These 5 are having more high probability to get success. These 75 minutes demand zones. Next, LTF, ITF and HTF demand zone confluence. Removing ITF filter. Demand zone confluence, 3 filters. First filter is second filter 75 and weekly zone confluence. Third filter daily and weekly demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got only 1 stock. This 75 demand zone overlapped with daily, both together overlapped with weekly. Weekly trend is up. So let's verify weekly EMA confluence. Weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. So it is filtered. So that way NIFTY, this demand zone is a high probability trade setup demand zone. Because NIFTY 75 minutes demand zone overlapped with the daily demand zone, both together overlapped with weekly demand zone. Weekly trend is up, and also weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. Because the 75 minutes demand zone overlapped in daily and also with weekly, this is having more high probability to get success. Okay, this is bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame 75, entry zone, supply zone. Here bullish or bearish. At 75 minutes I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum order enhanced score 12, and also 75 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So minimum value 0, maximum value 0. So we got 5 stocks. Bearish trade setup for weekly income trade, and entry time frame zones are 75 minutes supply zones. Let's identify high probability trade setup zones from this list. First filter 75 and daily supply zone confluence. With this filter, out of 5, 4 are filtered. In these 4, these 75 minute supply zones overlapped with daily supply zone. and daily trend is down in all the stocks. So let's verify the daily EMA Confluence for daily supply zone with daily EMA Confluence. So two stocks are filtered. So these two 75-minute supply zones might be having more high probability to get success. Next we will look into LTF, ITF and even HTF supply zone confluence supported stocks. Removed ITF filter, EMA filter. Next in the supply zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First one is already set. Next 75 and weekly supply zone and daily and weekly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 3 stocks. In these 3 stocks, these 75-minute supply zones overlapped with the daily, both together overlapped with weekly supply zone. And weekly trend is downtrend in 2 stocks. Let's verify if any of the weekly supply zones are having weekly EMA confluence. Weekly supply zone with weekly, and also trend should not be sideways on weekly. Selecting downtrend because it is bearish trade setup. So one stock is filtered. So this weekly supply zone is having weekly EMA confluence. Okay, this is about a bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next we will look into daily income trade reports. For daily income trade entry time frame 15 minutes, long trade setup entry zone, demand zone for sideways long trade setup, and also in the bullish or bearish or sideways at 15 minutes I am selecting sideways long, entry zone violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score 11 for sideways trade setup, and also 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. Minimum value 0, maximum value 0. So we got 3 stocks for sideways long trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame zones are 15 minutes demand zones. All these are all 15 minutes demand zones. Next, sideways short trade setup. Entry zone should be sideways, and also here at 15 minutes sideways short. Remaining filters are same, but this time they are applied to 15 minutes supply zone. We got 2 stocks. Sideways short trade setup for daily income trade. Entry zones are 15 minutes supply zones. Okay, next bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15, but entry zone demand zone, and also here at 15 minutes I am selecting bullish. The only change in the filters is minimum odd enhancer score 12. Let's filter. We got 14 stocks. Bullish trade setup for daily income trade, and entry time frame zones are 15 minutes demand zones. All this. Now let's further filter based on this zone confluence, that is 15 minutes and 75 minutes demand zone confluence. So I am enabling the filter. So with this filter on the 14 stocks, we got 8 stocks. In these 8 stocks, these 15 minutes demand zones overlapped with 75 minutes demand zone. But 75 minutes trend is up. Let's further filter this list based on EMA confluence. 75 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence. So we got 2 stocks. So these 2 demand zones might be having more high probability to get success. Next we will look into LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence supported stocks. I am removing EMA filter. Demand zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First one is already enabled. 15 minutes and daily demand zone confluence, 75 minutes and daily demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 2 stocks. So both these demand zones, 15 minutes demand zones overlapped with 75, both together again overlapped with daily demand zone. But daily trend is up in only one stock. Let's verify this stock daily demand zone having daily EMA confluence. Sorry, sideways I have to filter. The trend at a daily, it should be uptrend but not sideways. Some mistake I did here. This is bearish trade setup, right? For bearish trade setup, I have to select daily supply zone with daily EMA. Is it bullish or bearish? Sorry, my apologies. I confused. Actually, this is bullish trade setup. So demand zone with, correct, this is correct, daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence. So this is perfect, but only thing is sideways EMA confluence. The trend on daily should not be sideways, it should be uptrend because bullish trade setup. So this one stock is filtered. Because bullish or bearish or sideways, we have selected bullish. That's why we are looking into daily 75 and 15 minutes demand zone confluence. So this stock is having more high probability, this demand zone, 15 minutes demand zone, more high probability to get success. Because this 15 minutes demand zone overlapped with 75, both together overlapped with daily. And that daily demand zone is having daily EMA confluence. Okay, so this is bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes, entry zone, supply zone, bullish or bearish or sideways at 15 minutes. I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum order hands score 12. And also 15 minutes supply zone should not be pierced, and the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters, we got only one stock. Bearish trade setup for daily income trade, and the entry time frame zone is 15 minutes supply zone. So let's verify this 15 minutes supply zone is having daily 75 minutes supply zone confluence. So I am enabling the filter. So it is filtered. So that means this 15 minute supply zone overlapped with 75 minutes supply zone. And let's verify, because the 75 minutes trend is down, let's verify 75 minutes supply zone having daily EMA confluence. So not having EMA confluence. Let's verify it is having even HTF confluence. HTF supply zone confluence. I removed EMA filter. In the supply zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First filter is already enabled. Next 15 minutes and daily supply zone confluence, 75 minutes and daily supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, the stock is not filtered. Okay, this is about bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Next we will look into hourly income trade stocks. Entry time frame 5 minutes. Entry zone, demand zone, bullish, bearish or sideways trade setup at 5 minutes. Sideways long, I am selecting. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum order hands score 12. And also the pierced count, the 5 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters, we got 2 stocks. This is sideways long trade setup for hourly income trade. Entry time frame zones are 5 minutes demand zones. Next, sideways short trade setup, hourly income trade. The changes I am making, entries on supply zone. Here 5 minutes I am selecting sideways short. The remaining filters are same, but one mistake I made earlier. Minimum odd enhanced score should be 11. So let me regenerate. Selecting demand zone. Here I am selecting sideways long. Same stocks are filtered, both the stocks, because they have OE score 12 and 14. Good. Next, sideways short trade setup for hourly income trade, entry zone, supply zone. Here sideways short, but this time all filters are applied to 5 minute supply zone. We don't have any stocks. Next, bullish trade setup, entry zone, demand zone for 5 minutes time frame, and also here at 5 minutes I am selecting bullish. The only change is the odd enhanced score should be 12. Let's filter. We got a very big list. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 22 stocks are filtered. Let us further filter based on the 5 minutes and 15 minutes demand zone confluence. I am enabling the filter. Now the list is come down to 16 stocks. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 16 stocks supporting bullish trade setup for hourly income trade, and 5 minutes demand zones are overlapped with 15 minutes demand zone. That is what zone confluence. Next we will see out of this 16, because 15 minutes trend is up in all the stocks, what I am doing in the EMA confluence at 15 minutes time frame. I am checking 15 minutes demand zone having daily EMA confluence. One stock is filtered. Maybe that is the reason why I already tested once. Okay, next let us filter based on LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. I am removing EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First filter is already enabled. Next 5 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 9 stocks. That means this 5 minutes demand zone overlapped with 15 minutes demand zone. Both together overlapped with 75 minutes demand zone in all the stocks. And 75 minutes trend is up in majority of the stocks except first one and 8th one. If any of the 75 minutes uptrend stocks demand zone having daily EMA, then these 5 minutes demand zone might be having more high probability. So in the EMA confluence at 75 minutes I am checking 75 minutes demand zone having daily EMA confluence. At the same trend, a trend on the 75 minutes demand zone should not be sideways, it should be uptrend because it is bullish trade setup. 2 stocks are filtered. So these 2 5 minutes demand zones might be having more high probability. So this is bullish trade setup for hourly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. Entry time frame 5 minutes, entry zone, supply zone, bullish, bearish or sideways trade setup at 5 minutes. I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum odd enhanced score 12, and also 5 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count parameter at 5 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters we got 2 stocks. So these 2 supply zones are bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. Let's verify out of these 2 the high probability trade setup supported zones based on zone confluence. So first filter is 5 minutes and 15 minutes supply zone confluence. So I am enabling the filter. both are filtered. That means both these 5-minute supply zones overlapped with 15-minute supply zone. But 15 minutes trend is a downtrend. Now let me verify EMA Confluence on 15 minutes. So 15-minute supply zone with daily EMA Confluence. We don't have any stocks. Okay, next we will verify those two stocks are having HTF EMA Confluence. Sorry, HTF supply zone Confluence. I removed EMA filter. In the supply zone Confluence, 3 filters I have to set. First filter is already enabled. Next 5 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone Confluence. 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone Confluence. With all the 3 filters, we don't have any stocks. So this is bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. So with this we have completed all the 4 income trade reports. Next we will look into finding the stocks near demand and supply zones very quickly. Starting with the yearly time frame. Price closed inside the yearly demand zone. 3 stocks are filtered. Next, price closed inside the yearly supply zone. No stocks. Next, half yearly time frame. Stocks near half yearly demand zone. No stocks. Stocks near half yearly supply zone. Also no stocks. Price closed inside the half yearly demand zone. We got 2 stocks. Next, price closed inside the half yearly supply zone. We got 4 stocks. Next time frame is quarterly. Stocks near quarterly demand zone. No stocks. Stocks near quarterly supply zone. We got 5 stocks. Next, price closed inside the quarterly demand zone. We got 14 stocks. We can further filter this list based on EMA Confluence. Quarterly demand zone with quarterly EMA and also trend on the quarterly should not be sideways. Can be up or down. We got 6 stocks. Next, quarterly time frame. Price closed inside quarterly supply zone. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 17 stocks. Let's further filter with EMA Confluence. At quarterly supply zone having quarterly EMA and also trend on the quarterly should not be sideways. It can be up or down. We got 3 stocks. Next time frame is monthly. Stocks near monthly demand zone. 2 stocks. Next, stocks near monthly supply zone. 10 stocks. Next, price closed inside the monthly demand zone. We got 12 stocks. We can further filter this list based on EMA Confluence. At monthly time frame, monthly demand zone having monthly EMA and also trend on the monthly should not be sideways. It can be up or down. We got 4 stocks. Next, monthly time frame, price closed inside the monthly supply zone. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Forty stocks are filtered. We can further filter based on EMA Confluence. On monthly time frame, monthly supply zone having monthly EMA and also trend on the monthly should be either up or down. So we got first 16 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. So total 20 stocks are filtered. This is monthly time frame. Next time frame, weekly. Stocks near weekly demand zone. We got 1 stock. Next, stocks near weekly supply zone. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 29 stocks are filtered. We can further filter the list. Next, price closed inside the weekly demand zone. We got 5 stocks. We can further filter this list based on EMA Confluence on weekly time frame, weekly demand zone with weekly EMA, and also trend on the weekly should not be sideways. It can be up or down. We got 4 stocks. Next, price closed inside the weekly supply zone. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 98 stocks are filtered. We can further filter based on weekly supply zone having weekly EMA Confluence. And also trend on the weekly should not be sideways. It can be up or down. Now the list is reduced. First 16 stocks in the list. I'm scrolling the list down. .38 stocks are filtered. So this is about weekly time frame. Next, daily time frame reports already generated in the beginning of the video. So I'm jumping to 125 minutes time frame. Stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. We got 4 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 125 minute supply zone. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 18 stocks are filtered. Next time frame 75 already we generated at the beginning of the video. So now next I'm moving to 25 minutes time frame. Stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. We got 5 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 25 minute supply zone. We got 1 stock. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. We got 6 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 15 minute supply zone. We got 6 stocks. Next time frame is 5 minutes. Stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. We got 8 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 5 minute supply zone. We got 8 stocks. So we have generated stocks near demand and supply zones for all the time frames. And final report we will generate stop buffers based on daily ATR. First 17 in this list are indices, remaining all are equity stocks. I'm scrolling the list down. Whichever the stock you want to refer, there pause the video. After that you can proceed further. Okay, I'm scrolling the list down. This is the end of the report. Hope the information in the report will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.